The one thing I regret from when I was younger, it was that I didn't take enough chances. I'm starting to get older, starting to look back, and now my kids are older, and my wife and I talk about how we don't have kids, we have adults, and I see what they're going through, and a couple things go through my mind. First is, damn it, go for it. You have nothing to lose. You think you have everything to lose, and you think that risk is risk, and you don't. And I find myself telling my kids or young adults, go for it, do it. This is the time to fail. Your body is still working. You don't have high blood pressure, you don't have high cholesterol, you don't have to go to a doctor 5 times a week. And I see this happening because I'm at the age where crap is starting to happen. It's happening to my friends, and I'm starting to notice. And then because I've been in practice for 28 years, I've seen so many elderly people, old people. And I know everybody says, I'm 70 years young. Well, then why do you have such bad skin? Because you're old. Why do your joints hurt? Because you're old. Age starts to catch up to us. And I see this with patients, that they go to doctors a lot. They have problems, and they're trying to solve them. And I look back and I think, why didn't I take more risks? And so, ironically, I did take risks. I just didn't take big enough risks. There's a couple risks that people are afraid of. The first is the most important. Wait till the end because we're going to get to a point. But the first is emotional. Most problems are in between our ears. And we all know that. It's a cliche. But most problems are in between our ears. And if we just got out of our own way, we could feasibly accomplish more. More likely, we're going to fail more. But because we're young and we're resilient, and it just doesn't frickin' matter, take the risks. But for most people that are watching this video, you're not young either. I know you say you're young, but there's more time behind us than there is in front of us. And so I find myself sometimes playing it safe emotionally. And then I have to, you know, slap my head and say, go for it. Because relatively speaking, compared to 20 years from now, I'm still young. Yeah. Physically, I'm taking less risks. My mantra now is, when going downhill on a bicycle, chill on the downhill. Whatever 100% effort is, go 80%. Because there's no sense in breaking a bone. There's no sense in losing skin. I'm not risking anything for money. This is purely for enjoyment and health. And you're not healthy when you're in a hospital bed. So I find myself physically taking less risks. But I've changed some things, because I still mentally, I know I should be taking risks. So rather than doing criterium racing, which is on the street, I've been doing cyclocross racing. Only because I don't have a mountain bike. But cyclocross racing gives me the thrill and the excitement and the adrenaline rush that I want, but without taking the physical risks. It's a controlled risk. The last risk that we're all afraid of taking is a chemical risk. And what I mean by that is, stop obsessing about food and try to enjoy food. You know, you're gonna hate me for this, but every once in a while, probably about every 2 months, I have ice cream. Once a week, I don't call it a cheat meal, but my wife and I go out and I eat whatever I want. I figure that if I have 5 meals a day times 7 is 35 times I'm opening up my mouth, opening up my mouth to try to put nutrients in my mouth. And the way my brain works is I think of performance. I think of what is this going to do for me and how is it going to make me healthy? And if it doesn't make me healthy, I try my best not to eat it. But out of 35 meals a week, I allow myself 1 chemical insult. So that's 52 a year. Ugh, that sounds like a lot. Maybe I should do every other. But you know what? That's my way of thinking. Your way of thinking may be totally different. But what do you regret? Because everyone who's watching this is probably my age or older. Some of you are younger. What do you regret not doing when you were young? And how are you going to change that in the next upcoming years? Because I don't know, do I have 10 more years left? 5? God. 20? 20 doesn't seem like a lot. 30 would be amazing. 40, I don't know. Possibly not. So in other words, the time is clicking. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section down below.